Oblivion has some of the best and most haunting quests in the entire series. At one point you travel back to an inn you may have frequented in the game and discover that a nice young Argonian lady named Dharma has gone missing. And this takes you to a small and run-down town in the middle of the forest, called Hactor. The residents here are extremely creepy, with many ignoring you or being short with their answers. Luckily for the player though, there is one citizen who, if you ask about the town, asks that you meet him after dark. If you do so, he reveals to you that 80 years ago, many of the miners underneath the city in the cave network discovered strange and disturbing beings that they called the Deep Ones. Some of these people had turned into what the town called Brethren, and now live in the caves with distorted faces and bodies. The rest of the town now worships these deities, and has been told by them that they must sacrifice others in order to summon the Deep Ones once again. This is most certainly what is happening to Dharma, but this mystery gets even weirder the closer we look. If we go to the church at night, we can see that all the town residents are going in and listening to sermons from this book. And if we go in later and read it for ourselves, we discover that it is full of nothing but Daedric symbols. The first theory postulates that the Deep Ones could be Dwemer, as Dwemer are referred to as the Deep Elves. But really, this holds very little weight, as everything else around the story doesn't sound like the Dwemer at all. The second theory states that the Deep Ones could actually be the lesser-known race called the Slowed. Giant toad-like monsters that are well known for their extensive slave trade networks and even working with Daedric princes, which would explain the Daedric symbols in the book. Even more interestingly, if we translate this book in the church, it translates exactly to a book written by a Slowed in the Elder Scrolls offshoot game Redguard, word for word. Either this is an Easter egg or a very specific clue as to what the Deep Ones really are. And the final theory argues that the Daedric book in the church is in fact just a straightforward clue that the Deep Ones are Daedra. And more specifically, the town is sacrificing to either Lord Dagon, one of the main adversaries in the Oblivion main game, or even more likely Molag Bal, as this would explain the sacrifices specifically, as Molag Bal is keen to receive blood and soul sacrifices. Either way, there is a harrowing voice we can hear deep within those caves beneath the town of Hactor.